Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful sunny Sydney morning. Let's talk briefly about how we support young people to be less stressed out, particularly with their schoolwork. Many adolescents are stressed and place enormous pressure on themselves academically. They're overscheduled and they often feel quite troubled by emotional pain such as an emptiness or loneliness, anger, feeling like life's a bit meaningful for them, and a general lack of joy. Although stress is a reality for young people, achievement stress more commonly affects girls who often believe that to be successful, they must not only be beautiful, but also excel academically, socially, and in all their extracurricular activities. And if this is the expectation they're placing on themselves, no wonder they're feeling stressed. It is more common for girls to measure their self-worth and success based on what happens daily on a societal, emotional and academic level, and to take disappointments very personally. On the other hand, our boys typically view school as a means to an end and are more often able to shrug off disappointments. Now, of course, I'm generalising here, and each gender may present more in a different way. However, generally speaking, this has been my experience anyway. Keeping out of the gender stereotyping here though, for all teenagers, stress and overwhelm does tend to shut them down, leading to more explosive behaviour or dangerous risk-taking, whether that be sexual or with drugs and alcohol, self-harming, becoming ill or escaping with excessive screen time. For stressed out teens, identity and a sense of self-worth can be dangerously entangled with their achievement status. Inadequate identity development combined with unrelenting academic stress, sleep deprivation, and that may just be due to many hours spent on schoolwork or screen time, and a deep belief that their value is explicitly linked to their school performance makes some adolescents very tragically at risk of low mood, suicidal thoughts and behaviour. The good news though is that teens can be taught how to manage their stress and to calm down or to distract themselves when they're overwhelmed, so they can reduce the intensity of their emotions. When adolescents are feeling strong emotions, they do not always respond well to us, their parents, and our supportive attempts. Sometimes such actions actually inflame the situation for young people. So I do usually say ask your teen when they're calm what they would like from you when they're distressed or highly emotional. In this way, you can be collaborative with them to discover what helps when they're in distress. Together, you can practice the strategies you come up with and refine them over time. Of course, it's rarely as simple as this in reality, so don't be surprised if your adolescent tells you that they want to be left alone when they're upset despite you having a plan. Just as we often need to leave our heated situation in order to calm down, so do our young people. But what we can do is we can validate and empower them by allowing them to find solutions and strategies that work for them, while showing them that we're available to talk and to listen when they're ready. Some parents are a factor in their adolescents' achievement stress, and although many young people believe they're self-driven, it's not uncommon for them to internalise messages from us, their parents, their peers, their school environment, or a high-achieving sibling. And some parents believe that it's necessary to push their adolescent to ensure their success. However, in so doing, parents do run the risk of exerting significant pressure and punishing expectations on their teen, and we're often, as the adult, perplexed when our adolescent child then participates in risky behaviours to numb their pain or release their anger. So really be aware of what messages you're putting on your teen, because the messages you give your teen do play a vital role in supporting their healthy development and can reduce academic and achievement stress burnout. So the messages that teens and young people benefit from hearing are things like your self-worth is not determined by the marks that you get, and school is way more than getting great marks. That what we want to be focusing on is effort, that saying to a young person or modelling to a young person that your effort is more important than the marks you get, and being really interested in what they're learning and what they're enjoying. Your honesty, your kindness, your integrity, empathy, compassion, and sense of fun are actually greatly valued. Sometimes failing and disappointments leads to greater success, and disappointment can end up bearing huge gifts, such as a deeper sense of motivation or clarity about what matters to them, and compassion for the suffering and struggles of others. And they're really, really beautiful qualities that are greatly valued. And you could say they're greatly valued in our family. Tell your kids there's lots of pathways to getting where they want to go, and that idea that when one door closes, another opens. We want young people to believe in themselves and give them the message, I believe in you. We can say to kids, no, you don't have to have all the answers. Nobody does. And the message that just goes straight through all of this is, I love you no matter what. No matter what, I love you. You're more than those grades. And it's possible to support adolescents further in rebalancing their sense of self-worth and their ability to relax by encouraging them to have a really nice balance of play and fun. Adolescents do need plenty of downtime. We want to make sure we're giving them that. We want to encourage their happiness, and we want to check in regularly with them about their schoolwork, about the deadlines, ask them if they need help in identifying the things that they can eliminate or curtail in order to free up more time for themselves. And we want to reinforce our young person's uniqueness and remind them that you love them for who they are, not for what they do. Remember that when adolescents come to the end of their schooling, they're often very torn between wanting to move away and be independent and their need to be close with us. And this can lead to a whole range of intense emotions. Just remember to be sensitive and to attune with your teen regularly at this time. And if you're struggling, know that there's lots of resources out there that you can access to support you further in being the best version of yourself that you can be. Take care. Bye-bye.